Welcome back to another episode of the Ted Brick Show. Today, I'd like to talk about gratitude. Do you think it is necessary to show gratitude if somebody does something for you? Do you think it is necessary at all to be grateful for wherever place you find yourself in life? Well, if you ask me, I think that gratitude is the key to living a contented life. And as Annette Bridges said, gratitude helps us to see what is there instead of what isn't. My name is Ted Briggs, and this is the Ted Briggs Show, bringing you a necessary lens of perception to allow you to analyze the world at large more clearly. I am going to ask you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you do that, you are going to be among the few who are going to receive a notification whenever I post a new video, and that is going to happen every week. Also, feel free to hit the like button, and in the comment section, let me know your thoughts. So a couple of weeks ago, I was scrolling on TikTok and I came across this video of a lady who was frustrated, for lack of better words. She was crying and screaming on top of her voice because she didn't like where she was in life. And life has taught her too many lessons, and she is ready to live life, take up opportunities, and make life a better one for herself. But life is just not getting better. She also said that God is not real, Christ is not real, because for so many years of her life she has been praying to God, but God hasn't come through for her. And if God is real, all of these years that she's been praying, she would have had an answer to her prayers. I'm not here to teach about God, I'm not here to teach about Christ. But even though I think that everything she says is valid, most of what she says is valid, at least not everything, I think that she's missing a point, which is sometimes we find ourselves in situations in life and we think that we are just wallowing in darkness and nothing is just getting better. But that darkness, that dark space, that wallowing that we are going through might be saving us from a disaster that could happen in the future. Sometimes we are subjected to going through things in life just so we could learn and get ahead of hurdles in life, getting ahead. Sometimes you think you are being written off by God. Meanwhile, God is just preparing you for a greater miracle, a greater blessing in the future. Keep on holding on to your faith and do the right thing. Learn the lessons that whatever phase in life you're in is teaching you until a miracle happens, until your situation changes. Sometimes whatever it is you're going through is meant to propel you. It's meant to catapult you into the bigger blessing that you're asking for. And if you give up now, it's not going to happen. And so if being alive and living one day at a time is all you can do, please don't give up. Keep holding on. If it feels like you're holding on to a thread, hold on to that thread like you're holding on to the hem of his garment. He's surely going to answer your prayers. I was so heartbroken watching her video because I could relate to some parts of the video that she made. Sometimes we go through things and we think God has written us off. We think God is not hearing our prayers and he's not going to answer us anytime soon. Or we think God has favorites and we are no close to being God's favorites, But that is just not the case. Anyway, moving ahead with my story. A few days after, I saw another video of this lady who stitched the first video that I spoke about, and she has some thoughts to share. And what she said was, even though a lot of the things that the first lady spoke about was valid, gratitude is a must. Sometimes you're going through things in life and you think you are the only person in the world that is going through dark moments, that is going through painful moments. Sometimes you think you are the only person who has been subjected to go through pain. But if you hear somebody else's story, you will come to the realization that what you're going through is just peanuts. She didn't say this to discredit the first lady, but she wanted to state her own condition in which she was even grateful for. She spoke about having kidney disease and having to go for dialysis 2 times every week, which is very painful and very expensive. She showed us the tubes that were connected to her body, and these tubes were connected to the machine whenever she goes for dialysis. And all of these things are happening in her early 20s. Note that she used to be a very healthy girl. She used to exercise every week, 3 times every week. She used to eat right, but still, this disease caught up with her. But through all of these, she is just grateful that she wasn't diagnosed with those terminal diseases that they would give them about 6 months to live, or a year to live, or 3 months to live. She's grateful for life, even though she's going through pain every single day of her life. She stated that being alive gives her an opportunity to achieve her dreams that she's ever dreamed of. She's grateful that her life is not taken away from her. She's not bedridden, and she can live her life even though she's still in pain and has to attend the hospital for regular checkups and her dialysis. I'm saying this to say that it is important to be grateful in whatever situation you find yourself in. Not necessarily because somebody else is going through worse than you, but because you just have to be grateful. It might be saving you from something. Be grateful to God. Show gratitude to people who do things for you, who do offers for you, and grant you favors. And remember that you don't have to compare your situations to somebody else's to be grateful. This story is just encouraging you to be grateful and not discrediting whatever you're going through. However you feel about whatever you're going through is valid, but know that you don't have to go overboard with your decisions. You have to make informed decisions, and those have to be well thought of. Gratitude is a must, and remember that gratitude will positively change your life. And this has been Ted Bricks on the Ted Bricks Show, bringing you a necessary lens of perception to allow you to analyze the world at large more clearly. Alright, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave me a comment in the comment section. Thank you.